just had a chance to be featured in NASDAQ.com, which was really exciting. The topic was something I've been thinking about for a while, but I couldn't put into words, especially when searching for investment properties and things like that. Why does the cost of living and renting and being a landlord feel like it's going up, even when it's not reflected in the data? We always talk about the big three: housing, rent, and food. But more recently, there's been hidden forces at play that quietly push up your cost as a landlord or just as a consumer. And most people don't notice it until it's too late. So here's what's really happening. Municipalities, whether they're strapped for cash or trying to capitalize on local growth, especially in areas that had a lot of investment properties or outside investors, they don't always raise taxes directly. That's not popular. So instead they do something else. They start layering costs that fly under the radar. So think new inspection requirements, permit processes, annual fire checks, lead paint assessments, things like that. Because it's easier to do that than raise taxes across the board. So for example, your town suddenly requires a $250 annual fire inspection. Sounds reasonable, right? It's about safety. But that inspector might notice some unpermitted work as they go through. And now you're paying for permits you didn't know you needed. There you go. Another hidden cost. And then there's the state-related safety mandates, or these lead inspections, or whatever new they come up with. Many of them mandatory with fines, and it doesn't stop there too, because cities also increase their licensing fees on taxes on contractors. So, those costs get passed down to you. A painter who used to charge $2,000 now has to have another $500 permit fee. That's coming back to you. So they're charging that to you and just passing along. And even utility companies sneak in delivery fees, surcharges, and other adjustments that are based on the cost of water, electric, or gas, but they still hit you every month. They just didn't raise their prices. They just called it a fee. It's kind of what airlines did with checked bags. Instead of raising flight prices when the fuel spiked years ago, they just removed services. And then even after gas prices dropped, those baggage fees stuck, and now they're just around. It's just normal. And that's exactly what's happening with homeownership, with landlording, just investing in general. And here's a kicker: if you're looking online for an area and you're trying to find a good property, you can't find this stuff online. Zillow's not going to show it. Government websites don't list it. The only way you kind of get this information is a boots on the ground approach, talking to local sellers, listing agents, people who actually live there. So next time you're looking at moving or just wondering why the cost of things keep creeping up when nothing actually went up, start asking deeper questions, because this all adds up. So want more breakdowns like this, subscribe, check out my full feature article on NASDAQ.com, and I'll drop the link in the comments.